Divorce and Proceedings, page 3371, page 3372, 3373, 3374, 3375, 3376, 3377, 3378, 3379, 3380, page 3381, 3382, 3383, 3384, 3385, 3386, 3387, 3388, 3389, 3390, page 3391, page 3392. The Distinguished Senator Samantha Ademi.
Mr. President, I rise to move that the Senate do approve the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, the 8th of March, 2002. I so move, Mr. President.
Distinguished Senator Albert Bassi Akpan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished Senator Albert Bassi Akpan, representing the good people of our Akwa Ibom North-East. Mr. President, I rise to second the motion ably moved that the vote and proceedings of Tuesday, March 8th be approved. I so second, Mr. President.
Thank you. Distinguished colleagues, those in favor of the motion that the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 8th March 2022 be approved, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 8th March 2022 is hereby approved. Clerk, this chamber is extremely hot. Extremely hot. So, distinguished colleagues, I will advise that given this situation, we should be able to close by 1 o'clock to reduce the stress. Okay. Announcement. Notice of meeting. There will be a meeting of the APC caucus today, immediately after the plenary. Venue room 301, third floor, new Senate building. Thanks for your usual cooperation. Sign, Distinguished Senator Abdullah Yahya Abubakar, Senate Leader. Petitions, Leader of the Senate. Okay, petitions. Senator Akinlule.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, my name remains Senator Akinlule, representing Ondo Central. Mr. President, presentation of petition not laid, or referred to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions from the Office of the President of the Senate. The Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions, in line with Order 41 and 3, wishes to present to the Senate some petitions yet to be laid from the Office of President of the Senate. In order to officially place the petition in public domain through the floor of the Senate and for the votes and proceedings to capture the approval for referral. Distinguished colleagues, please find below summary of petition received from the Office of the President of the Senate for ease of reference. 1. Timpere Adama against Nigerian Army. Petition against Nigerian Army for wrongful dismissal of Timpere Adama. 2. Chief Chukwumeze Iweze Okafo against Mensa Owuzo Sambem, High Prince and 15 others. A case of flight violation of 16 people against a poor only child with his family. Conspiracy, criminal intimidation, threat to their lives, trespass to their land, malicious damage, conduct likely to breach the peace, and assault causing harm and death. 3. Olawole Ade Muritala and 13 others against Federal Road Safety Corps. Compassionate restatement of compassionate restatement of FRSC. Back to work. Number 4, Gambo Yakubu Shiwa and 25 others against Vice Chancellor of University of Calabar. Letter of complaint against the Vice Chancellor of the University of Calabar due to the unwillingness by the Vice Chancellor to get us payrolled to receive our salaries and other entitlements. We were duly employed, completed documentation, and resumed duty without being payrolled for 2 years. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, to the best of my knowledge, none of the above persons is seeking judicial remedy. I therefore, Mr. President, to seek the indulgence of the Senate to lay the above petition before the Senate for official referral to the committee for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. President.
Well, since none of the petitioners is seeking any judicial remedy, you may lay the petitions, please. The petitions are referred to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions to report back within 4 weeks. Petitions, Senator Barinada Mpigi.
Thank you, Mr. President. I remain Mpigi Barinada. I represent the people of Rivers Southeast Senatorial District. Mr. President, with me is a petition from one Chief Casca Ogosu. The petitioner is writing on behalf of a female cadet student of the Cadet Academy. The petitioner is claiming that the case of brutalization of an Amina Fadakari was laid against him, and even when investigation was done, the petitioner was discharged, but the principal and rector of the school is not implementing the decision. Mr. President, this petition that is before me, may you please allow me to lay, since it's not seeking any judicial implication. Thank you, Mr. President.
You may lay the petition, please. The petition is referred to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions to report back within 4 weeks. Any more petitions? Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, the first business of the day is the presentation of a House bill standing in my name on the Environmental Health Officers Registration, etc. Act 2002, Amendment Bill 2022. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, Environmental Health Officers Registration (ETC) Act 2002 Amendment Bill 2022, first reading.
Environmental Health Officers Registration (ETC) Act 2002 Amendment Bill 2022 HB 44, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President,
Point of order, Senator Binos Dauda.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, I am Binos Dauda Yaro. I represent Adamawa South. I rise on order number 76, and with a kind permission, I read.
You may read.
Notice of presentation of government bill shall be given by publication of the provisions proposed to be embodied in such bill in an issue of the official gazette or National Assembly Journal, of which a copy shall have been sent to every senator. 2. Any senator who wishes to move for leave to bring a bill shall give notice of provisions proposed to be embodied in the bill to the clerk, who shall cause them to be published in 2 successive issues of the official gazette or National Assembly Journal, and shall send a copy of the first of such issues to every senator. Mr. President, I have noticed that we do list bills for hearing for first reading. Bills even get to the level of second reading when they have not been sent to senators. As a matter of fact, yesterday we had to step down consideration of a bill because senators did not have enough time to go through it. If we have been complying with our rules, Mr. President.
So what is your point of order, please? Go straight to the point of order.
All these bills that we are doing first reading have not been sent to distinguished senators as provided by our rules. I have not received a copy. I don't know if other senators have received copies. That's my point.
Thank you very much. But to correct an information, there was no bill that was stood down yesterday because of lack of circulation. We stood down the consideration of the report on the process of crime bill because the report was big, and also this is a very sensitive piece of legislation that we thought some of our colleagues here, the DSP, Senator Aleru and others, pointed out there was need for senators to read before we take the report today. So that was that. We didn't stand down the consideration of the bill because the bill wasn't circulated. But, Senate Leader, you should take note of this, please. The bills we are taking first reading should be circulated. Secretariat, we should circulate the bills to all our colleagues, please. Impossible today. Impossible today. And if it is not possible, we should not be listing any bill that is not available. Thank you. Your point of order is sustained. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, the second business of the day is the presentation of a bill standing in the name of distinguished Senator Akon A.K. on Project Implementation and Community Bill 2022. Mr. President, we are going to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, Project Implementation and Community Bill 2022, SB 941, first reading.
Project Implementation and Continuity Bill 2022, SB 941, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, The third business of the day is the presentation of a bill standing in the name of distinguished Senator Clifford Odia on the Raw Material Research and Development Council Act, Cap R3, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, Amendment Bill 2022. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, Raw Material Research and Development Council Act, Cap R3, LFN 2004 Amendment Bill 2022, SB 942, first reading.
Raw Material Research and Development Council Act, Cap R3, LFN 2004 Amendment Bill 2022, SB 942, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, the fourth business of the day is the presentation of a bill standing in the name of distinguished Senator Obasani on the Cyber Crimes Act 2015 Amendment Bill 2022. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, Cyber Crimes Act 2015 Amendment Bill 2022, SB 955, first reading.
Cyber Crimes Act 2015 Amendment Bill 2022, SB 955, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, the fifth business of the day is the presentation of a bill standing in the name of distinguished Senator Barrow Jibrin on the National Library Act, Cap N59, 2004, Amendment Bill 2022. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, National Library Act, Cap N59, 2004, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria Amendment Bill 2022, SB 957, first reading.
National Library Act, Cap N59, 2004, supposed to be LFN 2004, Amendment Bill 2022, SB 957, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, the sixth business of the day is the presentation of the report of the Joint Committee on Education, Secondary and Basic and Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund on the urgent need for the restoration and revalidation of the Safe School initiatives in Nigeria. Mr. President, we wish to invite distinguished Senator Ibrahim Gaidam, Chairman of the Committee on Basic and Secondary Education, to move the motion for the Senate to receive the report.
The Vice Chair is here. Senator Conor King. Distinguished Senator Conor King.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Koneyari, representative of Kwabam South Senatorial District. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise to move that the Senate do receive the report of the Joint Committee on Education, Basic and Secondary, and Tertiary Institution and TED Fund on the urgent need for the restoration and revalidation of the Safe School initiative in Nigeria. Report to be later.
Thank you. I need a seconder. I need a seconder. Distinguished Senator Professor Sandiono.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to second this motion as ably moved by my colleague, distinguished Senator Koneyari. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Distinguished colleagues, those in favor of the motion that the Senate do receive the report of the Joint Committee on Education, Basic and Secondary, and Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund on the urgent need for the restoration and revalidation of the Safe School initiative in Nigeria, say aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it. You may let the report, please. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, my highly respected and distinguished colleagues, the first order of the day is the second reading of an executive bill standing in my name of Electoral Amendment Act, Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2022. Distinguished senators will recall that the bill was read the first time in this distinguished chamber yesterday, Tuesday, 8th March 2022. Mr. President, with your permission, I would like the bill. I would like to read the bill the second time.
You may proceed, Leader. Point of order, Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Order 20I. Order 20I. Duties and functions of officers of the Senate. The Senate President, the President of the Senate shall, I, interpret the rules. Mr. President, you had interpreted the rule this morning on an order brought by fellow senator on Order 76, which you rightly agreed on and ruled rightly that the leader should comply with the rules. And just now, the leader is now trying to bring the same bill for which he has not complied with the rules. So I suggest that the leader step down this bill until he complies with the rules in Order 76 as you have ruled.
Minority Leader, I thought you would allow me perform that function instead of trying to usurp that role from where you are sitting. You did not set the tone rightly. The point of order raised by Senator Binozia Rododa was on the first reading of the bills in our order paper, and I sustain his point of order, and I said the leader and the secretary should provide the bills. That is not to be taking all over the business of the day. So on this one, we know that we receive a letter, and the letter is categorical, indicating that the executive wants an amendment to Section 84, subsection 12 of the newly signed Electoral Act 2022. And that is something that we all know, and this debate on the second reading to be led by the leader, in my judgment, should continue. It's for you to make your point of view known, whether you support the call for the amendment or you don't. But on this, we cannot go back to what we did earlier. That is to say, distribute the bills. I still maintain that we must continue to have the bills distributed to us, but this is one item that we had a letter circulated. So I rule that the leader should lead the debate, and then distinguished colleagues, we all know what 84 subsection 12 is. And I think this is something that we can handle. Thank you. Point of order, Senator Alero.
Thank you, Mr. President. My distinguished colleagues. I come under Order 52(5). Reference should not be made to any matter on which a judicial decision is pending in such a way as might, in the opinion of the President of the Senate, prejudice the interest.
How is that? Which order are you citing? 52. Okay, go ahead.
Reference should not be made to any matter on which a judicial decision is pending in such a way as might, in the opinion of the President of the Senate, prejudice the interests of the parties thereto. Mr. President, yesterday, this point of order was raised, and you ruled that we should go ahead and treat this amendment. Mr. President, already the parties involved have decided to go for appeal. I'm of the opinion, Mr. President, the right thing to do is to allow the appeal to go so that the court order can be set aside. Then we can come in and treat this bill. Doing so obviously will mean that we are disrespecting that order. And this is an institution of the Senate, the symbol of Nigeria's lawmaking body. We should not be seen to be disobeying the court order, no matter how bad that court order is. No matter how bad that court order is, we should respect it. Yeah. So I'm of the opinion that we should stop treating this bill pending the time the court has set aside that order. And I believe I'm speaking the opinion of my colleagues here.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me repeat what I said yesterday for clarity. And thank you very much for raising the point of order, and you read all of it. That, in my opinion, it's okay. Let me at least say something, please distinguish. A judge ruled that the executive, the Attorney General, and the National Assembly, of course, he called out my name and that of the Speaker, should not tamper, use the word tamper, with the newly signed electoral law.